Oh, there you are.
Oh, you're here. You're early.
I just sent you a message.
Oh no, I don't know why
You're eating?
I'm eating. Um, I just had this. I don't know, for some reason I said go on early just in case. Well, what
Yeah,
am
I
I
just
eating? I've got
I
I've got some fresh veggies with um with an avocado dip.
yeah. We had lunch.
So I keep healthy. How you doing?
Pretty good. It warmed up to about 50 something, so I'm happy.
Ooh, heat wave.
Yeah, because it was a good 30.
Where are you again?
uh, right now I'm in Chicago, but
Chicago. Oh gosh.
I drove from Wisconsin, and over there it's a
Oh, that
little
is cold.
colder. Yeah,
That
can you
is
see
cold.
my father?
Hello. Okay, Francisco, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Hi, nice to meet you. Mucho gusto. Um, all right, so let's do this. So let me first find out. Um, tell me exactly. What's the ultimate goal? What is the foundation? The ultimate goal of what you're looking for?
La razón realmente que qué solución busca usted principalmente, que es el objetivo de la llamada. I can tell you my version and then we can hear his version.
Yes, but the thing is that for him to make changes, it has to be him. In other words, he's not going to do something because of you. He's got to do something because it's what he wants.
Yeah,
And what
he
he,
answered the survey. I didn't. I
yeah,
asked,
no, okay.
yeah,
Okay, so,
I
but I'm
asked him
asking just in
questions.
general. This is what I'm asking. I mean, he said purpose and connection, nutrition, mental health. If you would, what is the main, like, tell me a little bit about his background, where he is now.
Okay, so years ago, because of my mother, she suffered diabetes and that, and I told him, I said, I don't want you to go through what she went through.
Right.
So I would encourage him. So that was at least over 10 years ago. So I explained to him he needs to start eating healthy. So what he's done is he goes to the doctor's office periodically. He gets the blood tests, and then we look at the blood results, comparing it to the time before. But he'll look on the internet and he'll find certain vitamins. We'll discuss it, and that's how he lives his life. He tries to incorporate as much as he can into healthy, including healthy foods. But when we were talking when he was filling out the survey, he said that it's not so easy for him because he's not the one that cooks a lot. His wife cooks,
Okay.
and she's not as conscious of healthy foods as he is. He's gotten to her where she's not adding salt or too much, ¿verdad, sal? Yeah, where she's not adding too much salt now, because before she used to go crazy with everything. So that's where he's at. He likes healthy food, but
But he's not, his blood sugar numbers are good though, right?
he's borderline diabetic.
Okay.
So that means he's not diabetic yet. He does take, si tomas todos los días de diabetes, yeah. So he takes a tiny pill for diabetes and a tiny pill for.
What is that? What is he taking?
¿Si sabes el nombre?
Warfarin.
Malforin? I forgot what it's called.
Metformin?
Metformin. ¿Cuántos miligramos?
750. Antes tomaba 1000, pero ya por bajo. 750.
No, that seems too high. He says 775. That seems too high.
Yeah. And
That's
what else
high.
is he taking?
He takes high blood pressure medicine every day. ¿Quieres traer los frasquitos? ¿O no los...
¿Para qué?
Está preguntando cuál medicina estás tomando todos los días.
Ok, vete.
I didn't know you were going to ask that. Otherwise, I would have had it ready.
That's okay. I just was curious. Just
Yeah,
curious.
yeah.
See, to me, this is a doctor who doesn't really know what he's doing.
I know, but at least he's positive about it. He's.
All right, I'm just mentioning it to you because Western medicine focuses on controlling these things, but not treating it. The doctor's not treating it.
And that's the issue with my father and myself. We don't believe in any medication.
Right.
So
Now, in other words, he's taking a diabetes control medication, and he's not even diabetic. You know what I'm saying? That it's what's happening is that there has obviously been no discussion between your dad and the doctor about making some lifestyle changes.
Well, yeah, they don't do that. And for the longest time, he didn't want to take the high blood pressure. He would take it like once a month. And I said, well, you know, if it's testing high, because he has a machine here. So he just gave me one of the medications. Let's see, I can't even see. It's dark here.
Let's
see. Okay, this is the diabetes one. So it's 750 milligrams. He said that he started. ¿Cuándo te dio el de 1000? Un año atrás.
No, menos, hace como, cuando fui donde ella, como 2 meses más atrás.
Yeah, see, he just went.
Estaba tomando 1000 2 veces.
Pero de recién, o hace un año.
Como 3 meses, por 4.
Yeah, see, he wasn't taking any diabetic medication. And then 3 months ago, he visited her and she gave him 1,000 milligrams. And then she just changed it. I guess she's seen the blood. I don't know. She changed it to 750 milligrams.
Okay.
But he wasn't taking any diabetic medication before.
All right. And then what's he taking for the blood pressure?
¿Y para la alta presión? ¿Cómo se llama la medicina? Oh, he just brought it. It's kind of worn off. It might be NOPRIAL, but the letters are. So I don't know if it's Al. I can't see 2 letters, so it's Al blank blank NOPRIL, 5 milligrams.
Okay. I don't know. Okay. All right. So my question is on this. He obviously doesn't want to take these medications. Correct?
No.
Okay. So let me go through this questionnaire first, and then I'm going to make some recommendations. Do you have it with you?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to go through some of this, and I'll reference because I'm sure he wants to understand what kinds of things are potentially causing the blood sugar levels to rise.
Yeah.
And ways in which to avoid them and to keep the blood sugar in normal range without having to take medication.
Okay, let me explain that to him real quick.
Go ahead.
Entonces, él dice, de seguro usted no quiere tomar esta medicina. Entonces, él quiere hablar de maneras de controlar la azúcar y así uno no tiene que tomar esto. Y él está sorprendido que, ¿por qué le dan esto si realmente no tienes diabetes? Deben hablar con usted y ver modos, pero los doctores no son así. Entonces, él va a dar ideas de cómo controlar la azúcar y otras cosas, y vamos a ir por lo que llenó. Okay, we're ready.
Okay, so what happens is I can't tell him, because first off, I'm not there, I'm not his treating physician. I can't tell him, stop taking the medication, okay? That's not my job.
Right.
Only the doctor can do that because she's put him on it. What I can do is I'll go through this and I'll give you some recommendations of things. And then what will happen is, as his body starts to change, she'll see his numbers automatically going down, and then we can work from there. I think it's also important for her to know, if he's going to work with me, that she needs to know he's working with someone who's helping him. Okay, and then she can actually, I'd be happy to communicate with her directly myself. Okay, so let me go through this here. We'll start where it says the 4-leaf survey.
Yeah.
Okay, so going through it, I'm gonna make recommendations, okay, on some of these, and then I'll tell you specifically how to put the meals together to keep the blood sugar levels in balance.
Okay.
By the way, you're coming out very, very, totally light-wise. It's fine.
Well, we can't see the paper.
Oh.
It's really dark here.
See, it doesn't look that way at all.
I know, and you look good too.
Okay, so first off, I will tell you that, just in general, that for purposes of diabetes, type 2, and for any cardiovascular disease, the only type of diet that has ever been proven to reverse heart disease is a whole food plant-based diet.
Ok, entonces la única manera de, hasta la fecha que han estudiado, es una dieta llena de plantas. Y él nos va a explicar qué significa eso para deshacer los síntomas de diabetes o alta presión.
Okay.
Okay.
So basically, if you take a look at what causes blood sugar issues, when you're eating, hold on, give me just a second here. Hold on, don't go anywhere. Hold on, I'm just finding something here. I need to get it, and it'll save me some time.
Yo creo que va a ir por cada sección y darnos ideas.
Okay, so basically what happens is this, from an insulin resistant standpoint, is a lot of people think that sugar and diabetes go together. It is to a degree, but the sugar itself is not really what causes the diabetes.
He says, oh no?
No, it is, but it's not. It is, but it's not, okay? Yes, the high sugar stuff, the processed sugar, yes, that has a major effect. But what happens is that when you're having any type of carbohydrate, good, bad, indifferent, doesn't matter what it is, it breaks down into what we call glucose, which is your blood sugar, okay? It's stored in the liver and in the muscle cells, okay? It gives us the energy we need to move, okay? So what happens is, just a little technical here, is you have a receptor, a glucose receptor inside the cell, okay? And it waits around. Insulin, what happens is the insulin kind of is like the key. It unlocks this door, it signals the receptor, and it allows this downstream of the enzymes, which then move over to this receptor, and it allows the blood sugar to come in. It then is stored and used for energy. Okay? What happens is, if there's enough insulin, which means he's making it, but it's not working, what happens is everything's in place, but there's something that gums up the locks, the insulin locks, and it doesn't allow those enzymes to signal that receptor to allow that that blood sugar to come in. And what that is called intramyocellular lipid, which is basically fat in the muscle.
Okay.
So what happens is, the more fat that you have in the muscle, the more and again, it's not the sugar that causes it. It's the fat which kind of gums up those areas inside the cell, and that stops the insulin from coming in. It's not connecting inside. So in reality, the body may be utilizing. It may produce enough insulin, but it's not working inside the cell.
Mhm.
So really what's causing it is the fatty acids or fat in the muscle that's producing this. So that's why the saturated fats, the animal fats, all those kinds of things, those are the things that cause these problems.
Okay.
Dairy, and anything that has to do with those kinds of fats. Okay, so the idea is
las gorduras esas
Ujú.
afectan que el insulin pueda entrar a la célula y trabajar como debe
Ajá.
la azúcar, porque uno necesita la azúcar en el cuerpo para
Ujú.
la energía y
Sí,
eso.
sí.
Y entonces los tipos de gordura que uno está comiendo está diciendo ejemplos. What were the examples of the fat?
well, trans fats, but anything more like animal fats are really the major cause.
Animal fats, cualquier cosa de animal.
Yeah. So what happens also is when that you don't really have a problem with natural sugars that come from fruits, vegetables, and grains.
Entonces no hay problema con azúcares que vienen de comida natural,
Mhm.
es procesada. Okay.
Right. The problem comes in from the processed sugars, the added sugars.
Sí.
Because even what happens too is that the body might be producing enough insulin, but if there's more sugar coming in, because every time you have that blood sugar in, they have to release more insulin. So the more of the processed sugars that you're eating, the more insulin's needed. So you might be producing the insulin, but it may not be enough to keep up with the intake.
Okay. Let me explain this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Si uno introduce más azúcar en el cuerpo que es procesada, el cuerpo necesita producir más insulina y no puede mantener eso.
Sí.
Y eso es cuando vienen las medicaciones y eso. Okay, we're set.
So now so if you're having the medication, but you're not changing the eating habits, it's not
No.
changing it.
No hagan
The
eso.
process still happens.
We got it.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay. So let's go through this now. So under where it says fresh fruit,
Okay.
okay, he says he has about 1 to 2 servings a day.
Mhm.
He needs more. Okay, fruits and same thing with the fruits and vegetables. That fruits, vegetables, those kinds of carbs, fruits, vegetables, and grains should be probably about, then that's the top 3. The whole grains, legumes, potatoes, vegetables, fruit, that should make up about 85 to 90% of his diet.
Okay.
Which means that you're giving your body the nutrients, the fiber, the antioxidants, all that stuff that the body needs to function properly. So actually 6 or more should be that. So about 80.
Does that include the potatoes?
Yeah, because potatoes are a vegetable.
No, I'm just asking. I want to.
Yeah.
He loves his potatoes.
Right. Understand, because they talk about the starches in that. That's why.
That's why I'm asking.
Understand, potatoes are not the problem. It's what you put on them.
Okay.
That's what causes the problem.
Sí, si pone mantequilla, si le pone azúcar o
Oh.
sal.
Por eso yo veo que la como con aceite y me siento bien.
Yeah, he makes his just with oil.
Okay, I wouldn't even put the oil on.
Yes.
Okay,
Bueno,
let's the question is, and I'm only putting this out there, we got to get this under control.
Mhm.
So therefore, he's got to agree to make, to make some of these changes, or the results won't be the way he wants them to.
Let me explain to him, because you said 90% of the diet should be fruits, vegetables, legumes.
Whole plant
Entonces,
foods.
todo natural. Comida de verdad, no procesada. Entonces, él quiere que coma más fruta
más
al
fruta,
día,
más verdad.
más verduras, más frijol,
Frijol.
habichuelas, más papa.
Papa.
So what we were taught before is that if you eat too much, bigger plates, especially of potatoes or beans or whatever, that can lead to more weight.
Correct. That's
So
why.
I don't think he wants that.
No. We're not putting portion sizes together yet. No,
Okay.
what I'm saying is 90% of the plate
Okay.
should
Entonces,
be.
el plato debe estar lleno de estas cosas.
Mhm.
So let me give you an example of what he served me when I came here. He gave me tuna with potato. ¿Qué más le pusiste?
Ajo,
Garlic,
cebolla.
onion. He did like a tuna salad,
Mhm.
but with potato. And then he gave me plantain
Mhm.
on the side. ¿Qué más? Eso era todo, ¿verdad? So that's like a typical lunch that he would
Okay.
eat. And egg. It had egg.
Okay. Eggs and fish, you gotta wipe out also, because the fish, like tuna is highly toxic.
No, es cierto, pero. Mhm.
It's highly toxic. It's been known to have mercury. It's not really the best source of. There's a lot of problems with tuna. So, anytime you're gonna have fish, it's better to have like wild caught salmon, fresh wild caught salmon. But tuna is not the best choice. And generally, when you're having tuna, like what was the tuna made with?
He put oil, I think.
Oil, okay. Right. So we want to try to oil. What kind of oil does he use?
Olive oil? Yeah.
Okay. Oils also are pure fat. Okay. Because what happens is you're taking the fruit, like say the olive, whatever it is, and you're squeezing it.
Mhm.
So all you're getting is the fat. So they're really empty calories
Okay.
and the fat. So if he's going to have it, like really, really tiny amount. Okay, because too much oil again causes the fatty acids. A little bit is okay, but very little.
Okay, so let's go back to your. I'm sorry I interrupted. I just wanted to.
Okay, so again, so the first four should be the 90% of your plate.
Okay.
Okay. Now the omega-3, what you want is there's two types of fatty acids. There's omega-3 and omega-6. Omega-6 are the bad ones. Those cause inflammation in the body, and they're not good. Omega-3s actually are the good ones. And you can see some of the areas where they come from, because without having fish, you can get them from flax seeds, nuts, hemp, chia seeds, things like that are really good sources of omega-3. And omega-3 is a very good fat that you want to have.
Okay.
All right. Now.
Más gordura.
Sí, entonces él dice que el plato tiene que ser, si uno pone el plato, todo esto es fruta, verduras, habichuelas, papas. Todo lo que es verdura.
Y lo otro.
No ha dicho todavía.
Ajá.
I'm explaining to him the plate. Y los aceites no, tener omega 6 da inflamación, entonces eso no, pero 3 sí. 3 viene de semillas, este tipo de semillas, y Patricio me iba a dar y le dije, no, qué pena, porque me iba a dar este. Walnuts, hemp, yo le explico después. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so then he has dairy. Okay, dairy is very inflammatory. It's very bloating. It's very fat. And it's not the best because of the fact that, as we say, we're not cows. There's a lot of these enzymes in the dairy that are meant for cows and not meant for humans. The only people who say that the dairy is good for us is the American Dairy Association.
Yeah. Okay, so it causes bloating, inflammation. What else?
Phlegm, dampness in the body, which can cause a lot of weight gain.
Hold on. como agua en el cuerpo,
Mm.
que uno se siente como no, como esos problemas que usted tiene. Yeah. Um,
It can cause weight gain.
um,
It can cause constipation.
que uno no puede ir al baño.
By the way, these other things, the first four, especially
Yeah.
the first three, these are loaded with what's called fiber.
Yeah. He's always looking for things for fiber.
Right. Fruits, vegetables, and grains are the best sources of fiber. We are a fiber deficient country. Okay. The more fiber, the better, but you want it from natural sources.
Okay.
And fruits, vegetables, and grains are going to get in meats and dairy and things like that. There's no antioxidants. There's no fiber. It's basically, it's fat. Plus, it puts a strain on the digestive system as well.
Okay.
Okay. So dairy foods, again, I'm not saying not at all, but until things get under control, I would stay away from it. And then if he does have it, once in a while.
Yeah, and he's like lactose intolerant, so
Right.
he's sort of controls not having it. But obviously, I think he put 6 because. ¿Por qué pusiste tanto de dairy de la vaca? ¿Por qué está comiendo? No recuerdo. ¿Es queso?
Queso. Leche tomo a veces, porque la ha cortado toda. Antes tomaba más.
Yeah, it's mostly cheese now. He cut the milk.
Okay, but cheese also cheese is very binding.
Yeah. I was just
dairy.
curious what he was using.
It's still dairy, and it's not really good. I had, just to give you an example, I use my girlfriend as an example. She loves dairy. She loves cheese. I mean, major loves cheese. And there was a period of time back a few years ago where she was going through a stage where she was very constipated. I mean, when I talk about she was not going for 4 or 5 days. Yeah. And from an acupuncture standpoint, I was treating her. I was giving her all the herbal formulas that really good. I have a one mentor of mine. He's one of the top rated acupuncturists in the country. I contacted him and I said, nothing's working. He said, tell her to take this formula. And he said, guaranteed she'll go. She went through the whole bottle and nothing. Then we realized, then we happened to go on this program. And in the program, you had to eliminate cheese. As soon as she started to eliminate it, she went.
Wow, let me tell him this. This is a good one.
Yeah.
Entonces su novia no podía ir al baño. A veces iba 4 días, no sabía nada de número 2. Entonces él le habló a su guru, su persona que sabe todo, dice, toma este líquido, ella va a ir. No. Entonces él dijo, vamos a tratar esto, no come queso y enseguida fue. Entonces es constipation.
Constriñe.
Yeah. Y todo es porque es la leche y la dairy, el queso.
La mujer mía tiene ese problema.
Yeah. Entonces lo que él está recomendando por ahora, eso no quiere decir después puedas comer, pero por ahora vamos a decir unas semanas, no comer todo de leche y de quesos, por ahora. Y a ver cómo se siente.
Now I'm going to give him some realistic kinds of things for him to do after we get done with this.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I know some of this might be a little overwhelming to him, meaning,
Yeah.
oh my God, I got to change everything. We're going to do this in a way that's going to be conducive for him, that he'll be able to do this, okay?
Okay.
We're just going over this now.
Poco a poco, él nos está explicando. Okay.
Okay, the eggs. Same thing with it. Here's a problem with the eggs. Number one, high cholesterol in the yolk. Okay. Plus, I'm sure that he's probably not getting free range organic, eggs. Yeah. And although it happens with those, again, they've got all loaded with all this other stuff in them that they're going to cause a lot of inflammation in the body as well.
Okay.
So again, for now, we want to try to do that.
Huevos,
Now,
colesterol y inflamación.
Mm-hmm.
Porque los productos sí, solo uno tiene que comer orgánico y es muy costoso. Entonces, hay que controlar no comer tanto huevo. Okay.
Okay, so the same thing goes through with the cow's milk. Okay, cow's
Yeah.
milk is dairy. There are other non animal creamers.
Creamers.
Like, do you have a Trader Joe's there?
Yeah, but it's not close to him.
Okay, so as an example, like you want like unsweetened almond milk. You might get unsweetened. You can get, there's different nut milks that you can get, but you want to make sure that they're unsweetened.
Okay.
Okay, because a lot of times they put a lot of sugar in these.
What about soy?
And make sure if you, anything with soy, you want to make sure that it's organic and non-GMO. That's really important because the GMO, so much of the soy in this country is GMO.
Yeah.
So you want to get it organic and non-GMO.
And you said the other one was nutmeg?
No, nut milk. Any kind of nut, like macadamia milk,
Any milk.
almond milk, things like that.
Okay.
Those are really good because they're not as they're a little different consistency, but you'll find that it'll get like anything else. You get used to it. I got this milk from Trader Joe's. It's macadamia, almond, and cashew milk, which is really good. I love it. But you want to make sure it's unsweetened because they put a lot of sugar in these things. So you got to read the label. And
Está dando ideas para, en vez de tomar la leche de vaca, se puede comprar de almond o de otras nueces o soya, pero soya tiene que ser orgánico porque le ponen en los Estados Unidos muchos químicos. Okay.
Okay. Added sugar. I always tell people if you want diabetes, have added sugar. You know?
¿Quieres diabetes? Ponga el azúcar.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, you want to. I'm going to show you how to do some things also too with that. Anything white. You notice on the white flour, bread, pasta, cakes, cookies. It's all junk foods. Okay, and you know why they call it junk food?
Because it's junk in your body.
They call it junk food for a reason. Okay, and what happens with those is they have high degrees of processed sugars. They have added chemical ingredients. They're made in a lab. Okay, and
yeah, he knows that. We've gone through all the whites. Why he's not supposed to eat whites.
Now, bread-wise, anything like whole grain or whole wheat, something like that's good. Ezekiel has a good bread.
Yeah,
it's sprouted grain. So Ezekiel's a really good brand. All right, sweets and salty snacks. Okay, same idea. You don't want the salt. The high salt is not good for the heart. Excess salt is not good for the heart.
Okay, so crackers, breads, anything that has high salt.
Yeah, well, they're going to have sugar or salt in them, but most of the time they're going to have high levels of what's called sodium.
Okay.
Okay, and those and high levels of those can have issues. So if you have if you're trying to reduce blood pressure, you got to reduce your sodium.
Reducir el sodio.
Sí, dice que está bien que quieras comer pan. Él recomienda el multigrain, sprouted, nada blanco, que hemos hablado, nada blanco. Pero se puede fijar si el sodium level, el sal es alto, eso le va a afectar la presión. Entonces, busque el pan que no tenga alto, o cualquier galleta, no alto sal, sodium. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Then meat, poultry, and fish. Again, for right now, we want to try to really, really reduce that down. So I would say what happens also with a lot of these meats, like the meat, pork, lamb, chicken, turkey, all this, is they are generally, they're farm raised. They are loaded up with antibiotics, with hormones. And what happens also is we become antibiotic resistant.
Yeah.
Because we're having so much of this. They're harder to digest. They're tougher on the digestive system. There's zero fiber in there. There's no antioxidants. There's no healing elements to them.
Nuevo para mí.
I'm also going to recommend a great video to watch.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have Netflix?
Netflix tiene ese programa. I don't know.
¿Cuál es él?
We'll see.
On Netflix, there is a video. It's called The Game Changers.
Game Changers.
Yeah, The Game Changers.
Okay.
Basically, it is interviewing all these high-level athletes, world professional athletes, as well as others who are strictly whole food plant-based,
Okay.
and how they have really changed their lives, and their health has improved. They took a group of firefighters, and the guy was saying to the group of firefighters, that the number one cause of death in firefighters is heart disease. And many of them have high blood pressure, high heart rates, cholesterol, diabetes, all these different things, okay? Pre-diabetic, all these things. They put them on a whole food plant-based diet for 7 days, and then they retested them again. And every one of them, their numbers went down.
Oh, that is awesome. I like that movie.
Yeah, it's a documentary. It's awesome. It's great. And the interesting thing is, they interviewed this one guy, huge monster kind of guy. He holds all these world strongman records, and he was going for a record of being the first human being to carry the most amount of weight. So he had to lift up. It was like 1,250 pounds. He had to carry it for like 30 feet.
Yeah.
No human has ever done that before. And his comment was, which is very interesting, he said, people say to him, how can you be strong as an ox if you don't eat meat?
Mm.
And you know what his answer was? Have you ever seen an ox eat meat?
Mm.
Okay?
La
Sí,
carne, ¿qué pasa?
sí. Él estaba diciendo que el señor que levanta pesos, el señor más fuerte del mundo, que le preguntaron, ¿cómo puedes ser tan fuerte sin comer carne? Y él dice, ¿usted ha visto un animal como una vaca comer carne? No comen.
Exactly. Or gorillas.
Yeah.
Where they say we're the closest in relationship
Right.
to gorilla. Gorillas don't eat meat.
Es cierto.
No.
Okay? They've looked at all these populations of the world that have the longest living people as well as the least amount of disease. And in every case, they were on a probably a 90% whole food plant-based diet, minimum animal products.
Mm-hmm.
They move regularly. Okay? They move. They do things. They rest. They get out in nature. Everything is natural.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So continuing, vegetable oil. Vegetable oil is now he says he has 12 plus times per week. Vegetable oil is probably the worst because it is the highest processed.
No, he does mostly olive oil.
Okay, but you never want to cook with. See, olive oil is not good to cook with because it has what they call a smoke point, which means it breaks down and becomes rancid at high temperatures.
Okay.
So a little bit, and you want to make sure that it's extra virgin and it's organic and it's in a dark bottle. Because a lot of times they'll put these oils in a plastic bottle or in clear bottles. And what happens is the light
affects it.
Okay? So that goes through that. All right. Then continuing, it says on the next page, it says the nutrition, eating patterns. It says, how many cups of coffee do you drink per day? I would minimize it to 1. And best in the morning.
He really likes his little coffee. I think it gives him enough energy through the day, and he's averaging about 3 times.
Yeah, it's not the best, and also the high caffeine causes when you're having a lot of caffeines, if you rely on caffeine for your energy, it's the wrong type of energy. And what happens
I just said that. Let me ask him.
Yeah.
¿Usted toma el café 3 veces al día por ser más alerto y energía? Porque eso es lo que yo le dije. ¿Es cierto eso? ¿Por qué lo toma?
Sí, podría
Yeah,
ser.
because of that.
Because of the energy.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so if he's having that for energy, that means he's not getting the nutritional requirements to give him the energy. Because what happens is the caffeine actually elevates the heart rate and it stimulates the stress hormone. It slows the digestion down as well.
Okay, high heart rate and
Because
slows.
it causes the heart rate to work
Right,
harder.
yes.
That's why he gets that energy, that excess energy from it.
Ok, entonces él piensa que café una vez al día es suficiente porque lo está tomando 3 veces o más. Eso quiere decir que la comida,
No la deja trabajando.
si esta comida no está, usted no está comiendo suficiente de esta comida,
Ah,
porque si comiera suficiente de
quizás
eso,
sí.
tuviera la energía y no necesitaba el café. Y él dice que el café para o pone más despacio de digestación.
Sí.
And what happens also is that if you're having coffee after, say, noon, after 12 noon,
I think his wife's coming home, so we
Okay.
might get a disruption of just saying hello.
okay, that's okay.
He hasn't
Okay.
come in yet, but go
Okay.
ahead. Go ahead.
Also, if you're drinking coffee after 12 noon, a lot of that caffeine can stay in the system and it can affect his sleep as well.
Okay.
Oh.
Después de las mediodía, las
Ajá.
12, afecta en la noche,
Oh.
porque se queda en su sistema
Eso me
hasta
está
tarde.
sonando a mí.
Yeah, he says that's definitely happening to him.
Ya.
And the caffeine stays in the system, so that can help. That can cause something.
O sea, después de las 12 no debo tomar.
Sí,
No debo.
mediodía.
No
Okay.
debo.
Maybe you could give some suggestions of what he should eat instead of that if he's used to the
Well,
coffee.
what's happening is that lack of energy comes from the poor nutrition. You know, like having the fruits and vegetables throughout the day. That's what gives you the blood sugar that you need to give you the energy.
Okay.
So he'll have that. I commend him on not drinking alcohol. That's good.
No, he never liked it.
Okay. That says, how many cups of sugary drinks do you have per day? And it says 4+. So I don't know how reality that is, but that's a lot of high sugar.
Which one was that?
It's on number 3. It says, on average, how many cups of sugary drinks do you have per day?
Sí, dice que 4 copas de sodas y cosas con azúcar es mucho. ¿Y qué está tomando usted?
No tomo.
Pero usted dijo 4 o más.
Azúcar.
No, como sodas o bebidas con azúcar.
Okay.
He says he doesn't think so. So when we filled it out, he told me, but maybe he misunderstood the question.
Okay. Well, you want to try to avoid that stuff because that's high sugar, and that's going to cause a spike in the blood sugar, which is going to cause an increase insulin production.
Okay, no juices or sugary drinks. Because it gives a spike in the
blood sugar, which causes an increase of insulin. The more sugar you have in your body, processed sugar, the more insulin is required to handle that.
Yeah, I mentioned that.
Más azúcar, menos insulina. Más azúcar, menos insulina.
No. Si usted está bebiendo cosas que tiene azúcar, como esas bebidas,
molesta.
Entonces el cuerpo necesita más insulina.
Oh.
Y eso es lo que causa la diabetes.
Sí.
Entonces menos cosas con azúcar, especialmente bebidas.
Y molesta menos a la insulina.
Sí. Entonces la insulina va a siempre estar en control. Right? The insulin will stay in control if
This is a problem that alcoholics have, which is no different. It's the same thing. That in alcoholism, many times what happens, there's a connection between alcoholism and diabetes, because all they're having is the alcohol, which is pure sugar, and their bodies can't keep up. The bodies can't keep up with that sugar. They can't keep up with enough insulin to take care of it all.
Es puro azúcar. Y es por eso que normalmente la gente que es
La
toma mucho.
cerveza también es lo mismo, la cerveza.
Yeah, all the alcohol, like beer,
beer.
everything.
Anything alcoholic is going to be sugar.
Oh,
But it's the same thing. But it's the same thing with the sodas and the sport drinks and the juices and all that stuff. It's all processed and high sugar.
Los que son alcohólicos casi siempre son diabéticos también, como Donicio.
sí.
Okay.
Okay. So it says also with the it says on average how many snacks do you have? Again, snacks are high sugar, high sodium, and they're highly processed. I try to stay away from processed foods. Processed foods are going to cause spike in blood sugar. They're going to cause inflammation. They're going to cause a lot of damage in the body. Okay, and if we're trying to bring the heart rate, get the heart rate under control and the diabetes, the blood sugar in control, you got to stay away from this stuff.
¿Sí me puede recordar que está comiendo como snacks esa palabra en el diario? Porque usted dijo que mediano. ¿Son galletas que está comiendo? Okay, I'm going to check and see what he means by snack.
¿Y alguna vez como dulce, cosas que están dulces?
Oh, ¿cómo qué?
Como frutas. Como algo de la fruta.
Oh, he's viewing fruit also as a snack. Because it's like a break.
That's why it says here convenience junk food per day.
Oh, wow.
See, it says, how often do you snack on convenience or junk food per day? And that gives the examples: chips, candy, granola bars, crackers, cookies.
Okay.
That's why I'm looking at that.
Yeah, and he had 2, so it must have been like crackers. So I'll just check the...
anything, again, we want to eliminate processed.
Okay.
Eliminar procesos.
Sí, todos los paquetes que traen de la tienda.
Okay, so he doesn't go out to eat, which is good. One per week, maybe. Okay.
But his wife likes to.
But again, think about.
She goes by herself.
Right. Think about what happens in a restaurant. They add a lot of sodium.
No, he knows. It's just, I'm just telling you that.
No, okay. I'm saying, you know that. Okay. All right. So it says, how many glasses of water do you drink per day? It says 4. You want to have about at least half your body weight in ounces.
¿Cuánto pesas ahora?
Como 156.
So he's about 156. So half of that is 75.
Right. So what happens is that if you're not drinking enough water, that causes the body to dry out, which causes potentially more heat in the body, which can raise the heart rate up as well.
Okay. Sí, cuando uno toma suficiente agua, la temperatura del cuerpo se mantiene baja. Si no está tomando suficiente agua, la temperatura y el blood pressure, alta presión.
Ayuda mucho el agua, ¿no?
Sí.
Right.
Okay. So the nuts are good. 2 handfuls of nuts, per day, or that's per week. We're going to add a little bit more of that per day. Okay. Now with the nuts, we want them unsalted. For the same reason as before. The high sodium is going to cause a spike in the heart rate and can cause issues with the heart.
Leticia le gusta. Yo las compro así, solas, sin sal.
Yeah.
Y Leticia compra sal. Yo no sé por qué le gusta.
Okay. Yeah, he says that he buys the unsalted and everybody else in his house buys the salted.
Okay.
So he's fighting with them, telling them.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. Sweeteners. We want to make sure that we don't use anything artificial.
Yeah, that's a problem for him because of the coffee. He always wants something sweet.
Right. Well, you can use stevia. In other words, you don't want the artificial sweeteners.
Yeah, he knows which ones they are, but he ends up like if you say stevia, he might take one of stevia and then he adds the other ones.
Right, because stevia is a little bit bitter.
Yeah.
So adding a little, and it's something you get used to, but adding a touch of raw sugar just a touch of raw sugar or maybe a touch of honey is better. Natural honey.
Toco el chiflito.
What
Dice
you
que
don't
eso
want,
estoy haciendo.
That's exactly what he's doing.
yeah, what you don't want is the artificial. Okay, good. All right, now, processed meats, again, you use the word processed. That already tells you it's no good.
Carne procesada.
So we want to avoid the processed meats as well.
Yeah, so eso es todo de deli food, salchichas, todo eso que es procesado.
Sí. Yo le estaba huyendo a eso un poco.
Sí. Yeah, unfortunately, his wife is a really good cook, and she does all those salty and meaty.
What's going to happen if you want to make the changes? She's got to be on board. Okay.
Yeah, I know, but it takes more work.
I understand that, but it's his health.
Yeah, I know. And when she comes, I'm going to give her a summary of what we talked about.
Yeah. And if you can watch, is she where's she from? What's her background?
She's from Mexico.
Okay, how's her English?
So.
¿Quién? Ella.
Habla, ella entiende bastante inglés.
Sí, pero no para oírlo a él.
No, she wouldn't understand you, he says.
Because I was going to say to watch the Game Changers together, because that would really.
Oh yeah, she'll watch it with him.
But she won't understand it because it's in English.
No, but that's okay. He'll tell her.
Okay.
Yeah.
He said he has bad reactions to milk, which is good because milk is no good. But you see how he craves the word craving, bread, sweets, and desserts.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to show you how to avoid the craving. Okay. When we're done with all this, I'll show you how to avoid the craving.
Para controlar las ganas de comer algo azúcar, va a explicar al fin. Okay, we're ready. Whenever you're ready.
All right. So it said yes. You want to follow a particular diet or nutrition plan. It says yes based on what read. You got to be careful what you read because you got to know what to read, what to look for.
But when he's by himself on the internet, he's searching, he finds some interesting, so he tries them.
Right, but that's what I'm saying is that you can find anything on the internet. You need to know what you need to have because how do you know you can trust that? Because you don't know what's on there.
Yeah.
Anybody can say anything on the internet. Right. So you have to know what to look for.
What's on the internet, es por eso que él no confía tanto. De vez en cuando ves algo seguro, pero mejor la información que él nos está dando es lo que está diciendo. Right? We should rely on your information.
Correct. All right. Now on the page 4, it says weight management.
This
is the last page?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it says, how often do you skip meals? He says sometimes. Every time you skip a meal, your blood sugar crashes. When your blood sugar crashes, you're going to crave sweets. Because when your blood sugar crashes, then you're not going to be craving that chicken. You want something that's going to be that comforting, and that's.
So what crashes again? The body?
Blood sugar.
Your blood sugar.
Yes. So and what you're going to want is that's why you're going to want. That's why he said he craves the bread, sweets, and desserts. A lot of that can come from not eating, from skipping meals.
Okay. Cuando uno no come a tiempo que se debe, como every 4 to 5 hours, right? Is
every meal? 3 to 4 hours.
Yeah, 3 to 4 hours. Entonces, el azúcar en la sangre se está como chocando. Y entonces uno tiene ganas de comer algo dulce.
And then we're going to talk about the snacks, about some things you can have.
Okay.
You want to stay away from those snacks. But see, this is another thing with the addiction groups. Is that when I talk to these addiction groups, I ask them, how many of you miss meals? And every one of them raises their hand. Yeah. Because when they miss their meal, when they stop eating, their blood sugar crashes. They have the sugar with the drink or whatever, which elevates their blood sugar. They feel good, but after a rush comes a crash.
And no nutrition in the body.
Yeah, it's a constant spiking and crashing of the blood sugar. Okay.
I see.
So the next one, let's go one. Okay, he's got good there. He said he does have some difficulty. He says sleeps well in days, but at night wakes up.
But
Probably,
there might be caffeine a little bit.
yeah. And also because if you're sleeping during the day, then it throws your cycle off. So therefore, it's going to keep you up at night. It throws your whole cycle off.
So how much, if he were to sleep at night, I mean in the day, how much should he sleep and what?
I wouldn't, naps are okay, but as long as they are consistent, the same time every day. Think of a baby. All we are is big babies. Okay?
Speak for yourself.
Our physiology didn't change.
Yeah.
Okay, so the two most important schedules to keep a baby on are sleeping and eating. But with us, we're all over the place.
Yeah.
So our body doesn't know what to do. So if you take a nap, a short little nap, maybe a half hour or so nap in the day, that's fine, but it should be the same time during the day, because that way the body clock knows, hey, it's time for a nap, it's time to wake up. It's time to go to sleep, it's time to wake up.
The best would be if we're going to take a nap, it's the same time and only once a day.
Correct. And again, you want that consistency, so the same time every day.
¿Le querés ir a decir?
No.
Just a second, I think she's coming in. Sí entendió eso. Uno puede tomar una siesta, pero debe ser siempre el mismo tiempo al día.
Hola, hija, eso. Hace eso en el mismo tiempo.
Yeah, y usted tiene que hacer eso. Estamos hablando en la computadora como otros 15 minutos. Deja saludar. Estamos en una llamada. Como 15 minutos. Es que no estaba segura si iba a venir. Okay, we're back.
Okay, so you want to keep that, you want the more consistent, just like a baby, the more consistent you are with your eating and sleeping, the more part of your life it's going to be.
Okay. Mejor va a ser su vida si controla todas las siestas a la misma hora al día y por 20 o 30 minutos. Solo una vez al día. Nada más no.
Hasta que venga la noche.
Sí.
All right.
That's going to be work, but we'll try it.
I try that.
I'm going to give you a guideline, okay? I'll give you a guideline to help you with it. Now, it says, how often do you lack exercise? So he does exercise, correct?
Yeah, he walks the dog and he does little things. Bicycle here in the house.
Good.
Ando bien, pero me aguanto.
And he cleans, things like that.
Okay, movement is important. Okay. Now, he does say, how often do you feel a lack of purpose and meaning in your life? He said always. And there's a lot of stuff on that. So a lot of that can cause anxiety, can cause depression, can cause the need to want those sugary foods. Okay?
I'm sorry. Could you say it again?
When it says, how often do you lack purpose or meaning in your life? And he puts always. He also put sadness, fatigue, boredom, anxiety, stress, and that all comes about from not having that meaning in his life. So you want to find something that, like, what do you like to do? What gives you?
He likes playing the guitar. He likes singing.
Okay. Whatever it is, he's got to do more things that give him that meaning and purpose in life.
Okay.
Because all those things cause a lot of these issues. Remember, I didn't even see the bottom of the part there, but it causes the anxiety, it causes the stress, it causes the insomnia, the boredom, all that, which all leads to eating the wrong foods. Okay? So the idea by working on that we want to work as a whole. Okay? As a whole. Okay.
Okay, let me explain real quick.
Sure.
Tienes que encontrar más cosas para que usted sea feliz. Haga cosas que le hagan feliz, quizás la guitarra, lo que sea. Y cuando uno no hace actividades que le hacen feliz, entonces se pone aburrido, con estrés y empieza a comer. Pero si uno está activo, haciendo cosas, no come y está feliz. Okay, we got it.
Okay, so let's now put some of this together. Okay, so a little bit about, so I'm going to give you some guidelines, and then I'm going to show you how to work it, and then I'll show you how to get started with it. Okay. And then we can do it again where we can kind of see where it's going. So a little bit about your foods. Okay. So you've got proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. Okay. You have two blood sugar hormones. You have insulin and you have glucagon.
Oh, can you spell that? I know.
Glucagon.
Gon.
Gon, yeah, glucagon.
Okay.
Okay. The insulin responds to carbohydrates. So when you have a carbohydrate, it breaks down into that blood sugar, which causes the insulin to be released to take that insulin or that blood sugar, carry it to the cells, and bring it in. Okay? Now, what glucagon does, glucagon raises the blood sugar. What affects glucagon are proteins.
Okay.
Okay? Protein affects glucagon.
Okay.
So if you have a balance of carbohydrates and proteins together, you will reduce the amount of insulin that's needed, and you will keep the blood sugar hormones better in balance.
Okay.
So that's why you want to make sure that there is always a balance whenever you eat. So like an apple will cause your blood sugar to spike. But if you have an apple with, say, peanut butter, see how it balances? Or if you have, say, carrots or celery sticks or something like that, have it with some hummus. Because you got the protein and a little bit of fat in the hummus, and you've got the vegetable as the carb.
Okay, let me explain that to him real quick. Después le explico más, pero él quiere que combine proteína y carbohydrate.
¿Sí?
O el carbohydrate, la proteína. Entonces, por ejemplo, uno tiene hambre, quiere comer algo rápido, el peanut butter con una manzana. El peanut butter es de proteína y la manzana es de carbohydrate. Yo traje hummus. Hummus tiene gordura, lo puede comer con celery. Celery es la proteína. Celery is the protein? No, hummus
No.
is
The hummus
the bean.
is the protein. The hummus is
Yeah, because of the bean. Yeah.
right. Remember, fruits, vegetables are going to be more toward your carb aspect. Things like beans, lentils, legumes, things like that. Those are all going to be your protein and fats. Okay. So kidney beans, red beans, lima beans, garbanzo beans, all those lentils, all have good proteins to them. So hummus are from chickpeas.
Right.
Okay. There's a great source of protein along with.
I brought him that as a snack for him.
Yeah, there you go. But again, even when you buy hummus, again, look at the ingredients because a lot of them have.
No, I do. Mine has lime, garlic, and the hummus. That's
there you go. Excellent. Okay. So then we want some fats because some fats, what it does is it slows the digestion down and it keeps you satiated a little bit longer. And by slowing the digestion down, also slows down that release of insulin.
Oh.
Now, so that's why you want like a combination of all three.
Okay.
So your more, the fruits should be more of satisfying, whereas the vegetables should be more of the meal. In other words, a lot of times fruits are more like the dessert, okay? Whereas the vegetables, and all vegetables, you want them colorful, because the more color you have, the more nutrition you're going to have.
Okay.
And also, one of the causes of heart issues and diabetes is the lack of fiber. The body's not cleaning itself out. So a lot of that stuff remains in the system.
Say that one more time.
So one of the issues in blood pressure and diabetes is a lack of fiber.
Right, okay.
So what you're going to get with the fruits, vegetables, and grains, you're going to get a lot of fiber, which will help flush the system out and not keep that crap sitting in there.
Okay.
Okay? So we have a motto in our system. It says PFC every 3. And what that means is approximately every 3 hours, you have a protein, a fat, and a carb.
Okay.
PFC every 3.
Cada 3 horas hay que comer algo que tenga proteína, gordura y carbohidrate.
Oh.
The big meals take longer to digest, and also you're not going to tend to utilize all the food you take in. Okay? That's going to cause more pressure on the digestive system, which can, again, cause issues with the heart. Okay? So
it should be 4 meals, smaller meals a day.
More smaller meals throughout the day.
Yeah.
Okay?
Like four.
I'm sorry?
Like 4 meals.
We teach 5 to 6 meals a day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Antes yo comía así.
Now, it doesn't, now a meal, understand, a meal, you're not having 6 big meals. You're having probably 3 regular meals and 2 snacks. Now, the snack, that's, if you're having a balance, it can be considered a meal.
Okay, got it. That's a good clarification.
Yeah. Plus, also, what you take in, because you're taking a smaller amount, you're going to digest it all, and your body will use it all.
Okay.
But the more you eat, what happens is you tend to become very lethargic, very tired, very overdone, and that can cause the body. So you don't want these big meals.
Okay.
Okay. Smaller meals spread throughout the day. Okay. As I said, also 85 to 90% of the plate should be whole food plant-based.
Okay.
Generally, if I'm having somebody who wants to like really lower their blood sugar and really lower their heart issues, I'd say 100%.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to leave it to him what he can do. Now, what I would recommend. Now, first, okay. So let's just go back again. So your carbohydrates are your fruits, vegetables, and grains.
Fruits, vegetables, and grains. Okay.
Quinoa, your whole wheat pasta, or vegetable pasta is better. Whole wheat or whole grain breads, or all those kinds of things. All your vegetable, all your grains, all those kinds of brown rice. All those things are your carbohydrates.
Okay.
Right? Then you have, like, again, the nuts, seeds, avocados. Those are good fats because they're natural.
Okay.
When you have fats from oil, that's pure fat, and there's what they call empty calories.
Mm-hmm.
You're taking stuff in, you're getting the calories from it, but there's no nutritional value to them.
Okay.
Okay. Now I'm going to also leave it what he can do, and I'm going to give you a rule of thumb that we have also.
Well, just to finish up, the proteins were beans, legumes,
lentils, any of those kinds of things.
Okay. Got it. Okay.
I'm going to send you also a list that you can take a look at that will show you what each are. Okay, I'll email you that list.
Okay, good.
So you're, like, again, if you understand what a protein, fat, and carb are, You just make sure that your meal consists of those every time you eat. Again, your plate, you can have as much, you can eat as, I mean, it's amazing how, if you have a plate of vegetables, it's amazing how much you can eat and you're not going to get the calorie. It's more about nutrient density.
Yeah, so could you give an example of like a lunchtime, just so he can hear an example of, you know, where it's plant-based, right? 90% plant-based. So what's an example of
Okay,
a
so
lunch?
again, having a nice colorful salad. Okay.
What if he doesn't like salads? Give me another example.
Well, that's vegetables, okay? But a salad does, you can make, when I use the word salad, it's vegetables. You can make
Oh, okay,
whatever you
okay.
want.
When you say salad, he and I think lettuce, and
Right.
and that's not going to make
No,
him
no. When I say like sliced pepper, different colored peppers, and cucumbers and tomatoes and all those kinds of things, you know, are good to have, you know, as a group. I call that salad, but it's a lot of those veggies. You can have some cooked veggies. You can have kale. you can
Okay.
spinach. You can also cook. You can steam those. You can have steamed veggies. Okay, and then you can top them with some. You can have like like what I do is I take all different kinds of beans and all that, and I put them all together, and I'll have a mixture of a whole bunch of those.
Yeah, I do that with soup.
Yeah, same thing. I do that with soup as well, but I also put them all together. You know, whether either cooked or pre-cooked or sometimes.
Yeah, I do that too, and then I'll add something.
¿Te gustan las
Like,
habichuelas?
sí.
Yeah, you want to get away from the mindset of I have to have my beef. I got to have my chicken.
No, he's moved away from that.
Yeah.
It's just that, like, he was doing eggs. Well, you seen what he was eating, eggs and potato,
Right.
the example he gave.
Right.
So if he wanted to improve that, he would add spinach maybe.
Tofu is also very good. Tofu is a great protein. But again, I would make sure, tofu has really not a lot of taste to it, but you can spice it up a little bit. You can, you can saute it and spice it. But again, you want to make sure, because tofu is soy, that it's organic and non-GMO.
Okay.
Okay. Tempeh is another form. Tofu, tempeh is also another type of soy product. And my girlfriend's been making a lot of these dishes with tofu. And if I didn't know any better, she made a spaghetti sauce. It was like a meat type spaghetti sauce.
Yeah.
It was with soy. You never know the difference.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
You can share that recipe with us.
But it's really, I mean, there's something that she got. I can't remember the name of it, but it's a type of tofu. But I'll get the name of it for you on that.
Okay.
But anything where you're just mixing and matching, don't look at it as when you're having breakfast, lunch, dinner. Don't look at it as that. Look at it as a meal. As long as you combine the foods together.
Right.
If he is going to have, say, fish, you know, even, you know, the Mediterranean diet, which they say is like the best diet, but even the Mediterranean diet the true Mediterranean diet is very little animal protein. They have it very rare, and when they do have it, it's only like a side serving. Okay. As far as portion sizes, again, if you're having lots of fruit, a lot of vegetables, you know, that again they're more nutrient dense, so you can eat more of those, and it won't. But always eat until you're 80% full.
Debes comer hasta que esté 80% lleno.
You never want to be all full, but 80%, because again, it gets sent to the brain too. Okay, so 80% full, you're done. You know you're going to eat in another 3 hours, so why stuff yourself? Okay. That's the main foundation. Okay. Berries, different kinds of fruits. The more color, the better.
Okay.
Like you said, beans, like make a vegetarian soup with the beans.
Yeah.
Spice it up. Different kinds of spices and all that. Spices is what makes food taste good. Okay?
Yeah. He's good. He's good at that part.
Yeah, all
Adding.
different kinds of spices. And like Mrs. Dash is good spice, but because they use that instead of salt sometimes. People ask for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, play with the spices and just play with it. Now, this is the last thing I want to mention on this, and then I'm going to send you some stuff that you can use as a guide also.
Okay.
I want you to think of 1%, again, because remember I mentioned in the beginning that it can be overwhelming making all these changes. This is what I would recommend. Obviously, it's for somebody like your dad to go from here to here, it's a big jump.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I would recommend is every meal, make one little change. Maybe one more vegetable, one less egg. See what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
One more glass of water, one less glass of coffee.
I like that. It's slow. It's slow changes.
It is slower, and it's what he's got to be comfortable with it. Make the changes as he sees fit. Okay? What'll happen is as he feels better and start making more changes, he'll want to make more of those changes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay?
Yeah. Let me ask him if he has any questions. ¿Tienes alguna pregunta
No.
para él? Él está recomendando hacer muy poco cambio ahora. Cada comida, si uno va acostumbrado, en vez de decir no, se puede hacer. Yeah. Okay.
Poco a poco.
Yeah. Okay, I think he said then I have to explain in more detail, but
okay. I'm going to send you an email with some other, like with different foods and things to follow.
Okay.
And then you can use it and let him choose whatever foods he likes.
Sure.
But like my girlfriend just made this. She just made this soup. Believe it or not, she made it in a crock pot. Okay, not a crock pot, a slow cooker. Slow cook, I guess the same slow cooker, and it's all veggies.
Yeah, you should see my son. He cooked last night because he cooks at big meals. So he did a cabbage. It was cabbage, bell peppers, onions, bok choy, I think, tomato, and then he adds a little bit of spices.
Yeah,
and that's and he's a bodybuilder. So, but that he feels like it fills him up and.
Well, it's interesting that you mentioned he's a bodybuilder. On this film, The Game Changers, they interview this guy who's a natural bodybuilder, and he's been a vegan his whole life. And so he talks about that. He shows his body, and he goes, "Look at me," and he said, "I've done it." Arnold Schwarzenegger, is now whole food plant-based.
Yeah, I heard a interview with him after he had that major issue and he came back to life. Like the last year.
Yeah. And actually, he's one of the producers of The Game Changers.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll let people know. Thanks.
But you'll see, and even if you watch it and you can explain it on things, but you'll see things even from a science standpoint, how going whole food plant-based is so much healthier.
Yeah.
And again, to help with heart issues, cardiovascular issues, and I have one of my patients from the clinic he's a top cardiovascular specialist. He taught at Harvard Med School for 30 years. He's now been at FAU for 15 years, and he also he's a whole food plant-based eater. He has a little bit much sugar than he needs, but he primarily is whole food.
That's hard for a medical Western physician, right?
Yeah.
He
has co-authored numerous studies that are out there on different things, and so he knows it.
Wow, nice to hear.
So anyway, so I will send you like I said, I'll send you some information you can take a look at. Let him choose the kind of foods and let him play with it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Él va a mandar una lista de comidas y así uno puede probar.
But by the way, I'm not at the clinic as much as I was.
Oh, okay. You're.
Yeah, because Dr. Shu, she's a very difficult person to work with.
That's what I figured. That's why Dr. Holly probably disappeared.
No. She disappeared. She didn't disappear. Her husband got a really good job offer up there.
Oh.
With a huge salary.
They didn't tell me anything,
Yeah.
so I was like, what happened all of us? Because I had spoken to her, and I was the one that was going to move out of the area.
Right.
She tells me, let me know if you're going to leave. But then she left.
She was not happy there, I'll tell you that. But her husband got this incredible job
That's
offer.
wonderful to hear. I'm glad.
But Dr. Shu comes in and makes changes just like that. So I've been working for almost a year now there.
Okay.
And I have my schedule. Well, she made a change for me, or she's trying to make a change, and not asking me, but telling me what she wants me to do.
Yeah, she's the boss. Yep.
Well, but unfortunately, in other words, I teach these Tai Chi classes in the morning.
So you
and
can't
she's
be
telling me
there.
to cancel them and to work full time.
Oh.
She doesn't have full-time work for me. I'd be losing all this income. So I changed my Wednesday and Thursday, but I couldn't change Monday and Tuesday. And we're talking coming in at 9:30 or at Monday coming in at 10:30 instead of 8. So she canceled my schedule Mondays and Tuesdays.
So which day do you go?
So I'm there now Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, she's made it very good. And then she told me I have a month to make the change, or otherwise I might.
Yeah, that's her style. That's very apparent.
It's very, very difficult.
Yeah, that's the culture. So
Yeah.
she's used to. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Okay,
anyway, so you know that. But let's keep in touch on this. I'll send you some information, and then we'll go further from there. Okay?
Okay. Thanks for your time and your advice.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
take
you.
care.
Talk soon.
Bye-bye.